All right, cool. Here we go. So this drops on March 9th. So we're still 5 days away from having any of this. So here's a trailer. We'll watch that in a minute. But let's get into the details real quick.
Read it in Caustic's voice for me, please.
No.
Welcome, test subjects.
Yeah, you're welcome
Thanks
to do
to
it.
the power of science.
You're welcome to do it.
Come on.
All right, so today we'll be telling you about, so they're launching the Nintendo Switch Apex Legends Caustic Town Takeover. So
no fun.
Water treatment is now going to be Caustic Town at the southern part of the map. Ring Fury escalation. There's going to be a new heat shield. There's a no fill queue, so you can queue solo without being filled with people you don't want to play with.
Andrew, that's going to be your time to shine.
Chaos Theory collection event, so there's going to be a lot of new cosmetics, and then there is balance changes. So if you sign up for for the Switch, that is the little handheld gaming device, you get this little skin. Fair enough. Caustic Town Takeover, this is a picture of it. This is where water treatment used to be. That's salvage. That's market. This is water treatment now. So it's going to be like this big gassy place where Caustic resides.
It looks cool. It actually looks really awesome. I'm excited for this.
So that's cool. It's going to be, there's going to be gas and all kinds of sewagey stuff everywhere, polluted
So
fumes.
if you happen to notice, Mirage Voyage is actually missing, you guys. You can blame that on Caustic. The polluted fumes from the Caustic's treatment really killed the vibe. So Mirage said bye, peaced out, and they're going to take the party elsewhere. No more Mirage Voyage. Kind of sad about that because it was a really cool spot to take kind of an isolated fight. I didn't like when the zone ended there, but they fixed that a couple days ago anyway. But you might see Mirage Voyage pop up again somewhere else. They take it away, they bring it back, they take it away. So we'll probably see it somewhere weird in Olympus maybe next. All right, Andrew, tell us about the Ring Fury escalation takeover.
There's a new game mode. And within the game mode, so you have your normal ring that's closing. Where's my hands? Your normal ring that's closing like normal, but within the ring, there's going to be little small rings that are spawning inside of the main ring. So you're not always going to be safe. So inside of the main big ring, there's going to be little rings popping up all over the place. So, you might be in the center of the big ring, but you also might be in one of these little small flares. And so that'll be interesting. There's gonna be like rings within the rings. That'll be cool. But to help with that, they're introducing heat shields. Heat shields will be in the survival slot. And so let's talk about the survival slot first. That's a new inventory slot that is not part of your bag. So you can hold heat shields and res beacons and whatever other survival equipment they deem.
So I don't know about you, but in the past, I would always pick up a grenade or ammo or a heal over picking up a res beacon. So the fact that now that there's this survival slot, you want to coordinate with your team and figure out, okay, if one person on the team wants to have the res beacon and maybe one or two other people have have the heat shields, or maybe you all have the heat shields type thing, that's neat. So you don't have to choose either or. You have a whole separate slot where you can just have one type of survival item. I like that. I think that's really cool.
The heat shield is like a Gibraltar bubble that everyone can use, and it doesn't help you when you're in the safe area. It doesn't help you, but when you're in the ring, if you drop the heat shield, it'll make us like a little area of protected space. You see right here, this picture. So it's a little area of protected space, and within that area, obviously you're not taking any damage, but also you get 50% increased healing speed and 25% revive speed. That only is given.
More reason for Andrew to go take fights in the zone.
This
just
bonus,
what I want.
This bonus is only given when the heat shield is activated in the ring. So this doesn't work when you're in the safe area. This is going to be incentive to be near the ring or fighting in the ring. So that's going to be very interesting. So you said
this is going to be wild end game. I agree, except for if you're in the zone at all, the duration of the heat shield, it loses a lot of its power because it is damaged by the ring. So the heat shield will last a lot longer in the first zone than it will in the second zone, the third zone, and so on. We'll have to see how much. I don't think they got into the details at all of how long it will last, but that'll be something really that we want to try out in some pub games.
So for example, one way to explain that, like in the first ring, this thing might last 25 seconds, but in the second ring, it's only going to last 20 seconds. In the third ring, 15. So in the final ring, this might, when it's doing a lot of damage, this heat shield might only last like 5 seconds. So
yeah,
you're not gonna be able to just live in it.
It does look like the survival slot has 2 items in it.
Yeah.
Actually, looking at it right now, it does look like it will allow you to hold 2.
2 survival slots. So that'll be interesting. That'll be a heat shield or a res shield or whatever else they say is a survival item. Escalation tower, takeover. That's okay. That's what we just talked about.
It's not going to change rank. Just a 2-week duration of the collection event.
No fill matchmaking. This is just a new game mode that's going to be permanently added to the game.
So with the no fill matchmaking, my question is, do you think we'll be able to duo and choose to not fill the third? I think it's only for solos.
Yeah, I think it's for only solos. That's how for Warzone. Wait, in Warzone, I think you can do duos and do no fill. Can anyone?
You can duo no fill is what we're seeing maybe in chat. Okay.
Okay.
I would love that. I hope that's an option.
Yeah, so we can
duo?
duos,
Okay,
no fill.
Cool. That's
cool.
really exciting. We can add that as a channel point in our stream for you guys to say, I want Juko to do a trio no fill game or
and I don't think
like
it affects SBMM, so.
Oh, really?
I don't think it does. So I think I would assume if you're no fill, it's going to be the same as your 3 stacking, so you're going to be in really sweaty lobbies. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
We'll have to see.
So they did say they're going to limit the amount per lobby of how many people can do the no fill, and I believe it was 6. So let's skim through here and try to find that. We strongly believe that at its best, Apex Legend is a game about team play, but we're launching this no fill matchmaking as an option for solo players because we think it gives a lot of creative opportunities for you to play the game
6
your
slots
way.
for no fill.
Yeah, so we only allow 6 potential no-fill players in any
6.
match, and the feature is not available in ranked. 6 potential.
Cool. Yeah,
Give it a shot and let the devs know what you think. That's actually really interesting. I'm excited for that.
The Chaos Theory Collection event rewards.
Looks like we get a new Horizon skin. I don't like it. From what I can see in that teeny tiny picture of it, I don't like it. She looks like she has been up in space and has not received any vitamin D or sunlight.
All right, so we got some Loba action. We've got Pathfinder looking very interesting. We've got a new Mastiff skin.
The Pathfinder skin is really cool.
What is that, Revenant?
The Pathfinder skin is one of my favorites.
Yeah, let's get that Pathfinder skin again.
I love the Path skin.
That's kind of cool.
The Loba skin is really cool. Look at the Path skin. It's like you can see his guts, but they're just like cords.
Nice.
Flatty, Spitty.
Look at it one more time.
I could just keep watching. I love the faces on Revenant. Gibby's skin's cool. Yeah, I like them.
All right, so, and then of course, it's been leaked for the last 7 years. Bangalore gets an heirloom.
Look. All right, I'm definitely getting kunai vibes with it. So they just said, okay, it's not a full-on kunai. We're going to put a slight bend in it.
Got a little bit of a glow, so it's...
In a hook?
Kind of looks like
it's got a beer bottle opener on it. That's cool.
Got a beer bottle opener. It looks a little bit like Gibraltar's thing. I wonder if it's going to glow as bright as his. I don't know. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to see it.
I bet all the Bang mains are extremely excited. I like it. I like how it has a case that she like opens and closes it with, though. I'm really excited.
Sweet.
And then they'll have the event packs, and the non-event items. Andrew, are you going to get the Bang heirloom?
I may. It's definitely on the radar.
Guys, there's some huge legend updates.
All right. You ready?
Yes.
The Nox Gas grenade cooldown increased from 2.5 minutes to 3.5 minutes. That's his ult.
That's pretty huge. Endgame, being able to get that ult up, especially in ranked with Caustic.
So that's a full minute increase on his ult cooldown. That's big nerf. As
Caustic
well
is nerfed,
as
you
damage
guys.
at flat rate of 5 HP per tick.
Instead of ramping from 6 to 12. That's pretty bad. That is a huge nerf. So there's going to be teams. They're still going to get the slowdown. They're still going to get the slowdown effect from it, but there's going to be teams that will just full send and fight through it. 5 health per tick is not
That's
that bad.
nothing, man. Like you can literally sit in his ult now. You could just sit in it, taking 5. Like that's like I don't care. I'm sitting in it.
It's really not that bad. Now they are slowed down, so they're definitely at a disadvantage for fighting in it. But
you used to die though in it.
Yeah.
Like, you used to just full die in it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, Andrew, look at the next legend update.
All right, so now we've got Pathfinder low profile removed. Low profile has been used, balancing tool for both mobile and small legends. Although Path is still mobile, his hitbox is large, while his overall win rate and counter by no means low. It's hard to justify keeping low profile. Yeah, I mean...
Exactly. It's because the highest skilled people play Pathfinder in general. They're the people that have been playing the game for a very long time. Not many new people get into this game and say, I'm going to play Pathfinder. He's one of the largest legends, and he's low profile. Not many new people really get into this game and start playing Path. So the people that play him are the hardcore ones, I think, that have been playing him all along. So this was much, much needed on Path. I think we're going to see a lot more Pathfinders being used. I still think he could probably use a little bit more help, but
yeah,
this is a huge, huge start and a step in the right direction.
Yeah, so, I mean, personally, I would rather use Octane still. I think Octane's still actually way better than Pathfinder, even with Pathfinder having removed low profile.
I will say, though, grappling away versus the jump pad away, it is so easy to laser someone off a jump pad, whether they do a high bounce or a low bounce and a double bounce. Grapple, shooting someone off the grapple, I have no idea how or where they're going to go with their grapple. You have so many different types of grapples you can do. I think a Pathfinder is going to be. I think Pathfinder is going to be better, but
it's a start in the right direction.
It is.
It's not a full fix. He's definitely. I don't think he's not going to be S tier. He's not S tier. I don't even know if he's going to be. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to play and see how it feels.
All right, we did get a Gibraltar nerf, not the one that we thought we were going to get, though. Remove 15% faster heal items usage while in the Dome of Protection. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I forgot that you even got that.
It's
15%.
It's not very noticeable.
So that's a tiny change to Gibraltar. You might have to scroll up because your head's in front of it, Andrew. Scroll it up.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's not much. That's just not much of a change, period. But
okay. So we wanted shield bleed through. That would have been fair.
Or we wanted it so that it would count towards at least damage. So if I'm shooting a Gibby and I'm hitting his knockdown shield, I want it to count towards me charging up my shield, and it doesn't count towards anything. So
yeah, so that means Gibraltar's still overpowered. He's still gonna be one of the top 3 best legends.
Yeah. All right, Horizon did get a nerf, surprise, surprise, but I'm not worried about it. As a Horizon main, they increased the black hole cooldown from 2 to 3 minutes. It's not going to affect me. It's honestly not going to affect me at all. I used to never use a charge tower for my ult. Maybe I'll sit at a charge tower now. Maybe I'll pick up an ult Excel, but I thought they were going to nerf her gravitational lift, her Q. They didn't touch it, so they didn't touch anything about her ability to strafe in her Q. They didn't touch anything about how quickly it renews, refreshes. I'm fine. I think Horizon's still going to be one of the best legends. So.
Yep. Revenant silence now disables Mirage Cloak's revive, his cloaked revive.
Okay.
And respawns as well as Octane's Swift Men.
That's interesting. So the Rev throwing we call it his balls at you, it will disables Octane's passive. That's kind of weird that it's going to do that, but that's fine. He just gets rid of, I guess, all Legends literally abilities now.
Very, very small buff.
That's a very specific nerf. I mean, buff to him, nerf to. It's really not really much.
I thought they might reinforce his perimeter on his ult.
Yeah, because it used to have a radius. But
the radius was way too small before. But I think him being able to just infinitely go in his ult from you can jump pad 1,000 yards away is kind of silly.
Guys, Watson got the most interesting buff out of everyone, though. I'm really excited for this one. Watson now has passive shield regen at 0.5 health per second, which is half of Octane's passive. It's going to be slow, but that's really a really good passive.
Nice.
That's an awesome passive. I didn't think that was coming at all.
I mean, we talked about it weeks ago, or months ago. We were saying that that makes sense for her to have, especially since she's weak right now.
I think that's a really, really good passive to have. Like, it actually makes me want to play Watson to have that.
No. The biggest thing still in this game is they have the 3D printers. They have the crafters where you can print batteries all day long. So but still,
don't you think we're going to see her a little bit, maybe more now in ranked, a teeny bit? Because if there's a team sitting, the fact that she has that as a passive always happening while you're holding a building, she has good defense with her fences. They have the ult. And sometimes in ranked or in comp play, you don't have the ability, especially in comp play, Andrew, you do not have the ability to go craft. You often don't. I think we might see her more in comp now.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's a tiny buff. I think it makes sense, but I think it's tiny.
I think we're going to see her more in comp.
Because what did we say the other day? She was C tier, B tier?
Yeah, C tier, I think. We put her down pretty low. I think that helps her out a lot, actually. I think it might help her in comp.
Well, if people aren't using Caustic in comp, what are they going to use instead?
That's what I'm saying.
They don't use Caustic. I don't think they're going to use Watson.
Explode. Okay, guys, and then Rampart. Last one on here, Rampart. This is weird. This is dumb. But as you guys know, explosives do damage the amped cover, inflicting 200 damage, and then the Sheila an explosive can do 175. I don't know.
Really? Oh, I thought they were gonna buff her.
I don't understand.
It's really they're just
gonna damage them normally. So instead of like, how much does a frag do? Like if you stick it, it does what, 90, 70? That's just to me that's the Rampart's still useless. Yeah. I still am gonna keep her down at the way bottom.
It'd have been cool if they could have done more for her.
Wall should be beefy and powerful once built. They thought it was going to be too powerful if the walls were not able to be destroyed, and I agree that would make her too powerful. But that's
I don't know. She needs some work.
She needs more help, I think.
Weapon updates: the gold ARs, LMGs, optics updated to a 2x bruiser. Okay.
The devs learned that we don't like the 1-2 optic. The 1-2 optic is terrible. For whatever reason, they always put the 1-2.
The 1-2 on everything.
On every gun. And now it's going to be a bruiser. This is huge. This is very good, actually. I'm happy with this update. The bruiser is a far superior optic. Big
massive nerf.
In addition to that, I noticed that one of the things quality of life is you're going to be able to change the optic on guns that come fully kitted. I love that because we all have different personal preferences. So that was an interesting change. Probably a quality of life change we'll see here in a minute.
Mastiff reduced damage 15%. Is that roughly what it is?
So instead of people complaining about the 13s with the Mastiff, now we're going to see everyone complaining about 11s. I think they just, for the ability for someone with purple armor to be able to get too pumped by someone who cleanly hits their Mastiff shots, it was too overpowered. So I think maybe we'll see Eva's purple bolts a little bit more often.
Yep. So Eva's was still good, was still really good.
I think Mastiff's still going to be really strong though. It's going to be still really strong. 15%. And then it does shoot a little bit. It still does. It goes from 1 second to 1.1.
It was probably justified.
So you can shoot it a little bit faster.
It was definitely justified. Shotguns should be strong. I mean, you should have a deterrent if somebody's up in your face, other than spraying them down with an R9.
1 extra bullet every magazine size to the wingman. That's fine. I feel indifferent about that. Honestly, that doesn't change me much.
Hemlock increased hipfire spread.
Kind of needed. That gun is way too accurate at close range hipfire.
Hemlock's got nerfs like the past 4 patches.
Hemlock hipfire is way too strong for a gun that's meant to be used at medium to long range. It's too strong. I'm fine with this. Y'all, they didn't touch the 301. 301's the best gun in the game. 301 is officially the best gun in the game.
We've done a pass on the loot to bring up the quality across the map while also maintaining a certain amount of loot after Mirage Voyage is flown away. The wooden shacks across the map should have a few more pieces. Spotted Lakes has been reduced to medium from high. Crash Site has redistributed the loot in areas slightly. The amount stays the same, but higher quality. Caustic Treatment has more loot than Water Treatment normally did.
Okay. Good. Okay. Remains high quality loot. Then this is what I was talking about, you guys. The locked optic weapon swapping. For guns with locked attachments, we can finally change it. You just can't change the Kraber optic, which is fine. This is great. This is something they needed to do a while ago.
A Kraber with a red dot optic on it?
Also, this next one is interesting. So you're going to now see in pubs assists. You're going to see your assists, which is great for me because I call myself the assist queen when I play with this one over here because he gets all the kills and I manage to just get the assists. But
assists are important.
It's going to cover over what used to be the spectator eye. So hopefully this means that if we run into the most pathetic thing ever, a cheater in a public game, they won't know that we're spectating them. So I think that's kind of cool. I think a lot of streamers are going to be happy because oftentimes people will put on a show or they do something when they know they're being spectated after they kill a streamer. So I'm really happy with that change.
Kind of cool. Club name appears on the match summary at the end of the champion screen if you're on the same club.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Items will no longer stick to crafting replicators when they're dropped.
That's good. I've actually had an issue with that before, so I'm happy with that. It's wasted 5 seconds of my life with an item being stuck. And then badge progress. That's a minor change, but sometimes if you're trying to aim for a certain badge, you can know how close to getting that badge you were.
Ping my death box. All right, we're getting into some real minor stuff here.
You say minor, but people that get turned around easily or are not that good with like spatial awareness like me, that's huge for me. For my death box to be able to be pinged as I'm getting rezzed and turned around or panicked because there's teams all around me, I like that.
Gold backpack now has a animation when someone's rezzing you. You see right here, you see this guy, he's got purple around his whole body.
Yeah.
It'll show you that.
It's going to make a sound too. So end game, if there's a really small area where someone's rezzing or reviving someone that has a gold bag, you know that person's going to, basically it's going to show you push because they have a gold bag. That person's going to be up and pretty healthy.
Yeah.
So this was huge actually. Or it will tell you, oh, don't go full push.
Yeah,
they just got a res off and they're healthy. Yeah. I like that. That's very good.
Cool. Just some other minor stuff. Any of this stuff important? Effect weapons, scanning beacons.
Those the glitch stuff. I don't
bug
really
fixes.